Oh, I forgot to play the music, but anyway, it doesn't matter. We're live now, so
Yep.
let's just do it. We didn't need music to get things going. It's just me and AJ this week.
It's just us. We're the last two people on Earth.
That's right. That's what it feels like, and I'm excited. This is gonna be a good time.
Yeah?
We're gonna have a good time
You seem pretty
tonight.
confident.
I got some good stuff
Well,
prepared.
you and I always have good conversation.
Yeah, we do have good conversations, but we also got some good
we
conversation.
we tickle each other's
topics.
intellects.
That's right. We're always
just-
tickling,
Give,
not
give-
just intellects.
yeah, give it your intellect. I'm gonna give it a
Mhm.
little tickle.
Yeah.
Give it a little kiss.
All right, so we're going to start things off. Okay, so let's do a little recap on last week's episode. We talked about Rob O'Reilly, the comedian that got fired off of
The Carnival Cruise.
the Carnival Cruise. And there is an article about following up.
Okay.
Yeah, so he did an interview with TMZ. And
Well, was it an interview with TMZ or did they corner him like they corner everyone else?
I think he reached out to them.
What?
Yeah.
TMZ
He
cared?
wanted to set the record straight. So where's the update? Okay, here it is. Comedian under fire responds to cruise N-word joke backlash, and here's what it says. So if you didn't listen to last week's episode, you weren't here. This comedian he was performing on the Carnival Cruise Line, and the audience members said that he used the N-word in some of his act, and they were upset. He got fired and deleted all his social media because there was a lot of backlash about that. They did not get video of him saying it. They just got video of him saying, "Hey, if you're offended, you should leave."
Right.
And
Because
the whole
they-
audience is cheering.
They make you turn your cell phones off in a
Right.
comedy show.
Yes. And these people did do that. And then he started using that word. They're like, "Oh, we should film this." So he says the crowd that night consisted of mostly African Americans. And he also says the joke he made was race related, not racist. While he denies using the N-word multiple times, he seems to be admitting he might have used it once. But goes on, so he said he didn't use it multiple times.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
Yeah.
I didn't say it 9 times.
Yeah. He used it once, not 9.
How many times did I say it? Twice, right?
Twice, right? Yeah.
Well, even if they're half right.
Yes. Once is too many.
Yeah.
He goes on to say that while everyone else found it funny, 2 audience members did not, and they're the ones who made a stink. They made a real stink.
Okay.
And Rob tells us he did remind them about what the host of the show had told the audience at the beginning, that if you're easily offended, leave. And when he realized they were at a crossroads with the hecklers, he suggested they bounce, which they did. The video is posted. The rest is history. Rob insists he wasn't fired for what he said, but more so because someone tattled with an out-of-context point of view. But it was their context. It was just different than your context, Rob.
Well, no, I mean it doesn't. If you poke someone with a needle, and they say "ow," you're just gonna ask them why it hurts.
Right.
You just what? Doesn't make any sense to me. This could have been easily avoided.
Right.
But just not saying the N-word.
It's so easy to not say it.
Yeah.
I don't say it all the time.
It's
probably near the least used words.
There's only 2 times I ever say it. One is if I'm quoting somebody, or I'm this close to an orgasm. I'm kidding.
I know.
I don't say that.
You don't orgasm.
I've never orgasmed.
Well, that's why you had to stop.
Yeah. because a tattletale wasn't called TMZ.
Someone with their own point of view.
Right. And I said it right before I fucked her. If you're easily offended, leave.
One last thing, Rob says he believes there is an unspoken contract between comedians and folks who come to their shows, namely that a comic is allowed to say things that you obviously wouldn't say in a private conversation, and that comedy by nature caters to that concept. He also acknowledges some of his old tweets don't look great in 2022, but also says he's a victim of cancel culture, which doesn't allow for personal growth. Right, but the tweets were showing that there was no personal growth. It's like, hey, you had these racist tweets from 10 years ago, and now you're using the N-word. Your thoughts?
Just don't say the N-word.
Don't say the N-word.
Don't say the N-word. You were just putting a comedian no one knows about on a cruise ship.
Right. So he scrubbed all his socials, and that was the update. But I don't think he's going to be on cruise ships again for quite some time.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
I don't know the guy personally.
Right.
Maybe he's a really nice guy. I don't know him. Saying the N-word into a microphone's a real bad move. Saying the N-word privately is a bad move.
Just don't say it, especially if you're white. I'm not gonna tell black people how to do it.
How many times do you gotta? Why were you even explaining this? I like how he explained comedy to people.
Yeah, well, you got to.
Yeah.
All right. What's up, Darth Riley? Thank you for checking out.
Is that
the Bill Squash? That's the person in the chat right now.
Oh, is that Rob?
Yeah, I don't know if it's Rob O'Reilly. All right, so here's what we're gonna do now. I was working with Jim Tews over the weekend.
He's so funny.
He's so very funny.
He's one of my all-time favorites.
We went to we went to Asheville, North Carolina together, and hold on, I gotta make sure that's not coming through on here. Man, is that still coming through? Yeah. Wait. Okay, good. All right, so I gotta get this queued up because it's on Instagram, and Instagram doesn't with Reels. It doesn't let you get things like there's no scrubber. So I'm gonna get that queued up. But he has a joke, and then someone tagged him in this guy that's got a very similar joke, and Jim was losing his mind about it because he's like, dude, this guy might have stole my joke. So we're gonna play those jokes side by side.
Okay.
And just kind of talk about it and talk about originality and stuff like that.
Right.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Which one is it? I think it's this one. All right. Starts with my wife's Puerto Rican in case it gets cut off.
Yeah, I'll never be with another white woman again. Those are her words, not mine. It's nice being in a relationship with somebody who has a different cultural background than you, you know? She shares stuff with me, okay? She speaks Spanish. She cooks the food. She shares it with me. She's like, have you ever had mofongo? And I'm like, no. And then she gives it to me. And then I feel bad because I don't have any sort of culture really to share in return because I'm a white guy named Jim from Pennsylvania. So I'm like, this mofongo is amazing. Have you had the food of my people that's called oatmeal? No, don't put anything on it. It's supposed to taste like nothing. My wife's Puerto Rican.
All right, so that's Jim's joke. Get this back over here. That's Jim's joke, and very funny joke, right?
Yeah,
he's a great writer. Great. It's a good punchy joke. It's succinct. It's original. Really enjoy it. So then we have this comic, Tyler Horvath.
My girlfriend's Asian American. She's Chinese and Vietnamese American, and it's great because she's exploring that part of her cultural identity and sharing that with me. But it's tough because I've got nothing to give her in return. I'm just a white guy, I've got nothing. She's showing me amazing food. She's like, have you tried dim sum or banh mi? I'm like, have you tried meatloaf? It's a loaf of meat. It's good. We glaze it with ketchup. My girlfriend's
so there
Asian
it is.
American. She's Chinese.
All right, so
that is
okay. Hold on, wait, let me get the camera back here. Yes,
that is like copy and paste. That's not even normally. Okay, normally I side with the comic who's accused of getting a joke stolen.
You usually because there is lateral thinking.
Right.
There's a lot of that.
And not even that. There's a logic thing to it too.
Mm-hmm.
It's like no comic wants to be the guy that gets caught stealing a joke.
Right.
So if you do, and we as a comedian, you do lift certain things from people, but mechanisms.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I see a joke that I'm like, ooh, I want to write a joke like that about something else.
Right.
Or I want to write, that's an interesting thing. I want to write my own jokes about that topic.
I do little things from all sorts of I mean, that's what being funny is.
Right.
You are constantly emulating the other things that make you laugh.
You take different formulas.
Right. And you pull, and the key is to pull through from so many different formulas and mush those together that it comes across as original. That's what most art is.
Right.
There's inspiration that truly
that's
originals are.
Yeah, it doesn't.
It's not really a thing. It's not really a thing.
Get good at the formula.
Mm-hmm.
That is a complete copy and paste. Like that's completely copy and paste.
Well, so Jim messaged this guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey man, this is a lot like my joke. My joke's got 2.5 million views, and it's posted before. It's from my album that came out years ago." And the guy replied, he's like, "I feel like you're saying I stole your joke." And Jim was like, "I know there's lateral thinking, but I'm just saying, if that's me, I don't want a material that someone else used that's that similar.
Yeah.
I don't want that out there. I don't want people making that comparison or saying that." And so it like, I know how jokes work, so I get like the beats of it. But it feels
that is, you just changed it from Puerto Rican to Asian.
Puerto Rican to Asian and oatmeal to meatloaf.
Yeah, that's the same joke.
Mm-hmm.
And
now, do you think he stole it? Because here's what I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. What I think is he ran across Jim's joke a while
Forgot
ago.
about it.
Forgot about it.
And then wrote it. Yeah, cryptomnesia, I think that's called.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's happened to me before. But when I get called out on, or like
right, then you take it down.
Then I take it down.
You go, "Oh, no, I don't want to be." So so this guy's like,
but
he didn't take it down, obviously,
Right.
and then also he's like, "Hey man, hope to work with you soon." Like, I think it's also a generational thing.
Oh, is he younger?
He looks young. I mean, he's definitely younger than me and Jim. He looks like he's probably in his 20s. Because like there's just so much of that stuff that happens in like meme world and meme culture and all that stuff where like they're just like, yeah, you put something out that's funny, whatever, it doesn't matter, just be funny. And there's also people that just have that view of things where they're just like, I don't care, I'm just trying to be funny. And he seems to be someone that just goes, whatever, it's just out there. That's what it is.
I don't care.
I wouldn't want that either though. Because here's the thing too, right now people keep tagging me or like commenting on one of my bits that's got almost 16 million views on
TikTok,
YouTube. And they're saying this joke's stolen. And I'm like, from who? Tell me who. Tell me the source.
But they can't.
They can't because it's me.
Right.
They think I'm because
you stole it from,
because this joke went viral 6 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago. And because it went viral then, it was viral as a screen shot or like a stand-up shot where it's just like a picture of me and the words. And so that's in their head, and they're like, I know I saw some other comedian do this.
Yeah,
I'm like, it was me.
Yeah.
It's the same set. I'm wearing the same clothes. You just don't remember. You just know you heard it somewhere else.
Right.
Or experienced it somewhere else. That's my joke.
That's unusual. I've never seen that. You plagiarized yourself, you son of a gun.
And that's what I'm trying to tell these people. And like none
you
of them
fucking bitch.
They say something and I go, who did I? And I'm just saying, who did I steal it from? Tell me who I stole it from, because that's the most important part. If you can't say, you can't tie it to anybody.
You're just making an accusation.
You're just going, you stole it from somebody. Bye.
I had this thing where when I first started like figuring out funny, and like I wasn't doing stand up, but I was like writing and like, before you start doing stand up, you start writing jokes and just kind of slipping them into conversation.
Right.
I would like write a joke and then people would be like, "Oh, where'd you hear that?" I'm like, "No, I did." It's like, "No, you stole it." I'm just like, "No, I didn't steal it. I wrote that myself." Yeah, there's a lot of that. I believe, no. Okay, so with this guy and Jim's joke, like I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but just based on the fact that he like won't take it down, makes me kind of go like,
it's sus.
Yeah.
You think it's
no? Maybe he didn't steal the joke, but if somebody wrote the same exact joke and can prove that it's older,
I had a joke about taking fried chicken into a movie theater. And I like, it basically is like, I like sneaking my own food into the movie theater, but they're like, I got caught one time. I'm like, sir, you can't bring your own food here. And I was like, oh, I got it here. And they're like, sir, we don't serve fried chicken.
Yeah.
And then I found out Stephen Wright had almost the same joke where he said it was barbecue. And I was like, joke's gone.
Right. Yeah.
Never doing that joke again.
Yeah. A general rule of thumb is just like if you're asking yourself, like, is this too similar to that joke? It's too similar.
Right.
Just don't go with it.
Just don't go with it, yeah.
Just don't go with it.
Like, I did think of that on my own, but it also...
Oh, that happens to me all the time.
Yeah.
That happens to me all the time, where I'll write a joke and then I'll hear it later, where it's just like, and clearly, fucking Chris Rock did not steal my joke. Like, that did not happen.
You don't know that.
No, I do know that.
Wait, what Chris Rock joke did you
No,
write?
I'm just using him as an example. There's black people, and then there's...
It got you fired from a cruise ship.
Yeah, it got me fired from a cruise ship. Yeah. But yeah, no, there was a joke that I was doing and I caught myself. It was, I did this one liner. It was like one time when I was a kid, I accidentally walked in on my mom while I was masturbating.
I remember you doing that a few times.
Yeah, then later on, I found it like somebody else, a famous comedian had that same joke. I'm like, I can't do that anymore.
Then it's done.
There's some self-policing that has to go involved.
I agree. But not everybody wants to do that.
Nope.
Tyler doesn't want to do that. Come on, Tyler. Self-police.
Yeah. And Jim is a pretty respected comedian.
Well, and like he was all worked up about this on Thursday night is when we found out. And then like I saw him like it was bothering him because he doesn't want.
Nobody wants to be plagiarized.
Nobody wants to be plagiarized. And you just don't want that guy's video to also take off. And then people are like, well, you stole it. Because I had that happen too, where Joey Diaz told the story about stomping poop down a drain or throwing it into but I have a bit about that I wrote in 2008 or 9 and put it on my Just Say Your Jokes comedy special. And I've reposted that, not knowing about Joey Diaz's story. And they were like, hey, this is a Joey Diaz thing. And I was like, well, when did he do it? Because I've been doing this since 2008.
Yeah.
And I got receipts on that stuff. So in that case, I'm sticking with my stuff because the oldest video I could find of Joey Diaz telling that story was 2016.
Right.
And so I'm going, no, that's Bill Squire. Go talk to Joey. Tell Uncle Joey he's lifting from Bill Squire because I've seen that a lot.
Right.
I've seen a lot of my jokes out there.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where you go,
what can you do?
I can't do a lot.
You can do.
I know I don't steal jokes.
Just keep receipts. That's all you can do.
Right, exactly. And I got the receipts. I got, I have a long career. I've been doing this a long time. And that's the thing, too, is a lot of people don't understand just because they have no concept of how long I've been doing this.
Yeah. You've been doing it close to 20 years.
Yeah. I'm 18 and a half years in now.
Yeah.
I've
You've
written a lot of jokes.
You've had yourself a great career.
I've done good so far, and I'm hanging it up so I can host a daily show.
No, you're not. Because I tweeted that hours ago, and I keep receipts. I tweeted, "Fine, I'll host the Daily Show."
Did you really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that, but that's hilarious. This could have gone more circular. Actually, I said that on Saturday when he retired. Oh no. But, who do you think should host the Daily Show?
Samantha Bee.
I think she will. I think she should. I don't think she will.
No, Rob
O'Reilly.
Yeah, Rob O'Reilly.
Now
He'd
that ends.
No, I think I would be great for the Daily Show.
I think so too.
I think I'd be a great host for the Daily Show.
I think that would be
a great snag. That would be the best snag they could make.
We talked about it on the Alan Cox Show, and I think somebody that is just going up there being funny would be very impressive to do. Just like a Dave Attell type that's just writing jokes, and that's what you do.
Yeah.
So if you were on there, you're not trying to be political. You're just going to like fire off the funniest jokes.
Just the funniest jokes that we can do. I would do it differently.
Yeah.
I would do it differently.
Which I think is what it needs. It needs to be shaken up a bit.
Right.
It needs a different persona.
What would I would, man, if my AJ's version of the Daily Show would be, I would say more like Jon Stewart and less like Trevor Noah, but a little more bizarre and surreal. It would
kind of a little closer to Craig Kilborn than what that was.
Well, more.
If you remember what that was, that was a
was
lot sillier of a show.
Yeah.
And it things weren't as politically heated as it got during Jon Stewart's time there. And also Jon Stewart's just a really smart guy that can walk that path.
Mine would be more cutthroat and direct.
Yeah.
It would be like, you know how like Nathan Fielder was able to like get people to like say things?
Yeah.
And Jon Stewart did that a little bit, but I would go so much further.
Really?
I would go so much further. I would get like my goal would be like, okay, who are the pieces of shit?
Mm-hmm.
Because in my opinion, what makes the Daily Show great, and I know right now I think it's the lowest rated of the late night shows right now.
I guess it's only higher than the Charlemagne the God late night show, which I didn't even know was a show.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
What makes the Daily Show so like impressive, or at least when Jon Stewart did it, was he held politicians and people in power accountable,
right?
And really showed the hypocrisy and
putting the hip in hypocrisy.
Yeah. Trevor Noah, I don't think did that as much, but like in Trevor Noah's defense, I feel like when you step into that seat, you have like you're in a heavy shadow because that's like one of the most important television shows of the last 25,
whoever
30 years.
replaces Trevor Noah is in the best case scenario because Trevor Noah had to follow the legend.
Yeah.
You never want to be the guy that follows the legend because he did do an admirable job. I thought he was
good. I thought he was good at it. Yeah.
But he could never be Jon Stewart.
And no one can.
And so now if you go in there and you just give people something new and you get the ratings to bump up a little bit or just get a loyal audience or bring a new audience in, they're going to be like, this is great. This is great.
My Daily Show would be if Tom Green hosted the Daily Show.
All right.
That would be
Tom Green
Daily
actually
Show.
Wouldn't be a bad host for
He would
Daily
be
Show.
He'd be a
really
great
good
choice. But I mean, if
I think they want to go younger, but
if it's me, I'm going Samantha Bee.
Samantha Bee. I like Roy Wood Jr.
That's who I was talking. Not Rob. Roy Wood Jr.
Yeah.
I think would be good. Who else, man? I don't know.
I mean, you got Ronnie Chang. There's plenty of funny people on the show that are capable of taking over, but I think kind of an overhaul might be good for the show and kind of switching it up and making it something different and new might be a good thing. Not that I want them to like blow out Roy and Ronnie and all those people, but I just think it needs, Jordan Klepper is really good too. He's very, he had his shot though.
I want to see a Daily Show where it's like Adult Swim meets politics.
Okay.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
It would be so like it'd feel like the fever dream.
Who they should bring in?
Who?
Brent Terhune.
Oh, he'd be so good.
Bring in a chubby white guy with a beard and have him do that character that he does on his videos. That'd be
great.
Fantastic.
Nikki Glaser would be great.
Nikki Glaser would be great. I mean, there's so many options. There's tons of people we don't even know of either. Marcelo would be great, but he's booked now.
Yeah. He's kind of got something going on.
Did you watch the first episode?
I did. I'm never home on Saturday nights.
Well, the internet exists and you can
watch
it. They put them all on YouTube.
I do. I saw the stuff that he was in and I was like, I got a little teary.
Yeah,
I got a little teary about it.
It's cool to see.
Like I was like so kind of like I knew him. Like that was like really cool.
Yeah.
And just like, I mean, I saw his intro where he was like at the bar and then he turned around, Marcelo Hernandez, and he was just so handsome. He's a good looking kid.
Oh, he's always been a good looking guy.
I know.
Like, from the moment when he showed up in Cleveland, the joke I'd always make is that he was like perfect for like a Disney show.
Yeah.
Because he was still so young then. He was he was 18 when
he looks
came
the
here.
same.
He looks the same, yeah.
Yeah.
But he still looks like he could play a high school kid on a Disney show.
When he's 50, he's gonna look amazing.
If he takes care of himself. We don't know. He might become a big star and really wreck things.
No.
You don't know.
No, Marcelo's always been responsible.
A very,
like I said, I think I told you, like the lasting memory I have, like when I heard of Marcelo, that Marcelo got on Saturday Night Live, the first thing I thought of was him. He was, a kid.
Yeah.
And we were at like LVT and all the comics were at the bar drinking and he was just in the corner, like with his notebook writing. And I'm just like, he took it serious.
Well,
he always did.
Always did. All right. let's switch gears here a little bit. 35 for the most paused movie scenes in Hollywood history.
Oh, Sharon Stone's is going to be number 1, right?
I don't think it's like a ranking. I think it's they just have a list here. Do you have a paused moment that comes to mind for you?
Like where I have to hit pause?
Where you'd hit pause on like a VHS or DVD that you had maybe used it for certain reasons.
Masturbatory reasons. No, I do think, oh my God, this is going to be, wow. I remember being a kid and seeing Monsters Ball with Halle Berry and watching Billy Bob Thornton fucking Halle Berry and going like, that's a really intense sex scene.
Yeah.
But like the context behind it makes it not really that hot.
See, I only ever saw the sex scene. I don't know the context behind it.
It was,
but it wasn't like her kid died or something?
Yeah,
and
something
she's
like that.
I want to feel good.
Yeah.
Pound Cake's talked about it a few times.
Yeah.
So,
what else?
Mine was...
But I didn't pause that.
I didn't... No. But I would finish in the time that it took to see her boobs. I remember pausing the boobs from Die Hard because at the very beginning of Die Hard, there's a girl that runs out of the office and it's like that fast. So I just would pause that and they'd be like blurry boobs because it's like a VHS copy.
Yeah.
And I was like, that'll have to do.
That's going to have to do.
That's going to have to do. That's what I got. So that's my most pause for my personal use.
No, I can't think of really because porn was so easy for me to get.
Yeah, you're younger generation.
You know, like, I mean, it was just like how old
are you, 33?
I'm 33. Yeah. I mean, like, I was able to actually get porn, like, you know, like, it was just so easy.
I mean, it got easy for me, but not as easy.
Right.
Because we had internet in our house, but it was always, like, our computer was in the living room, so you'd have to stay up, like, super late, or everybody would have to be gone, and people just weren't gone. But I had a VHS.
I had like
TV
DVDs.
in my show.
I had
in my
DVDs
room,
and magazines. Yeah.
So I'd go that route more often than not. All right, so the first one on this list is Scanners. I've never even seen Scanners. David Cronenberg, right?
Yeah, I think I've seen it, but it's been a long time. But I don't remember the scene.
Oh, I know what the scene is though. It's someone's head blowing up, and that was
that's a Cronenberg.
Yeah, it's in '81 where they hadn't really figured out how to do that, and I think he was one of the first people to make a head explosion look pretty real. So people would rewind it and pause it and all that stuff.
Cronenberg is fantastic.
What else did he do? I don't know if I'm familiar with a lot of his stuff.
Oh my God!
I mean, I know who he is.
The one with James Woods, Videodrome, right?
Okay, I don't even know that.
Yeah, Videodrome. I think he did. No, who did they? No, John Carpenter did They Live. Oh my gosh. He did. I think he did
Future.
He did Naked Lunch.
Oh, The Fly.
He did Fly, the Naked Lunch. I think.
Yeah, Videodrome, Crash.
You gotta tell me if he did Naked Lunch.
I'm trying to find it.
That's one of my favorite books of all time. There's like talking assholes in it. You gotta read that book.
Naked Lunch. I don't think you did Naked Lunch.
Who did Naked Lunch?
You looked that up.
I am.
I'll get to the next on the list. Next on the list is one that I did definitely use, which was Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah, it was directed by David Cronenberg. Yeah.
Okay. Fast Times at Ridgemont High, coming out of the pool, Phoebe Cates. That was an iconic scene, and definitely, unfortunately, I feel bad about these now, but it's also like it was such a different because
I've never Richards coming out of the pool in Cruel Intentions.
No, you're thinking not Cruel Intentions.
I thought that was Cruel. No,
Wild Things.
Wild Things.
Wild Things. Yeah, Wild Things was pretty good.
Yeah.
There are some Basic Instinct, which you said would be number one.
Titanic.
Titanic. Let's see if Titanic's on the list. Oh, here's a good one that is not sex related. Cabin in the Woods. You ever see that?
Years ago.
Okay, Cabin in the Woods was a horror movie, and they would introduce a monster to the cabin in the woods, and then they would take bets on which monster it was going to be because it was all random. And so they have this big board, and there's odds for these boards, and it's got all the different monsters. It could be a merman, the reanimated, Sasquatch,
Wait,
dolls,
hold on.
doctors.
Hold on.
It's a great movie.
What the hell are you talking about? I'm having a hard time like following.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they set it up. There's people that are controlling the cabin in the woods because they are going to kill the people that come to the cabin.
Okay.
And they have all these different monsters that could be the monster that kills them.
Oh, okay.
But it's randomized.
Okay.
Because it's a whole sacrifice thing to like a ancient god.
Oh, so they have like all of these cryptids.
Yes.
You like Bigfoot, Chupacabra.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
And they all bet on which one it's going to be.
The people
because they have
in the cabin.
No. The people in the cabin don't know. They're just living like an Evil Dead type movie.
Okay, so this is
But then
like-
there's people observing it, and they set up all these different.
This is kind of like a Most Dangerous Game vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's all these different, like there's a Book of the Dead, there's Genie Lamp, there's all these different things in the basement of the cabin that can unlock one of the monsters, and they don't know which monster's going to get unlocked, so they all place bets to see which monster. So they have them all
What scene
up there.
is the paused one?
When they're showing the big board of all the different monsters.
So
It's a great movie.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's
Gotcha.
worth checking out.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I think that was a Joss Whedon film. Wizard of Oz, because of the dead, the Wizard of Oz lore, right?
Yeah.
About the
Munchkin that's
supposedly
that committed
hung himself,
suicide.
yeah.
I paused that one.
Yeah, I think I
was
did that
looking
one.
I was looking for the hanging Munchkin.
Here's one of my favorites, Teen Wolf. Do you ever see Teen Wolf starring Michael J. Fox?
Yeah, but I don't.
At the very end, there is a part where everyone's jumping off the bleachers to come and like pick him up on on their shoulders and carry him off the court. And there's a guy in the background, and he jumps up, and his dick is out.
Really?
And so people pause it to see if his dick's out.
Game, what was it, 5 of the 2017 NBA Finals? I paused the TV because you saw LeBron's dick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, oh my God, he's got a fucking.
People were being like, oh, it's a little. I'm like, it's a big dick. That's a big.
Huge.
Brian Kenny had the best way to put it. He's like, it's like he's playing, it's a regular size rim, but it's a giant backboard. I mean, he's a huge man.
Ooh.
So, yeah. And it was like, that was soft LeBron.
Yeah. Do you think about how big that thing would be?
I think about it all the time.
I know. It's just like, come on, we gotta suck it, Bill. We gotta see how big it
He
can
gave
get.
us a championship.
I know. I would. I don't know if I'd suck it, but if someone was just like, hey, he'll come back and get you another title, I'd give it a little kiss. I'd grab it. I
kind of want to see what these guys can do without him.
Mwah.
I kind of want to see what they can do without him. But
Oh yeah, I mean we don't need him now.
But I want to see you do that though. So just.
Mwah.
All right.
Hey,
the little,
LeBron. This one's for you.
I know you want to play with Bronny, but you could have this.
Give me that baby arm.
He's like, I would never want to go back.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get back to this list. Little Mermaid, because there's a scene in that where it appears that the when Ariel's given human legs, you say way too much of her, but we can't believe. But there's a part in that where it looks like the priest at the end that's marrying Ursula and Prince David.
No, not Ursula. Ariel. And
No, Ariel.
Eric.
But Ariel's not getting married.
Oh,
at
that's
that
right.
Point. It was
That's right.
Ursula.
Yeah.
And it looks like the priest gets a little boner.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What about Lion King? Is Lion King on there where you see the word sex?
It probably is. We'll get that. Fight Club. Fight Club is because brutal imagery happens so quickly. Oh, I mean, there's all the little jump cuts of splices of Tyler Durden in the film. They'll put in one like single frame of Brad Pitt as Tyler Durden.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you never saw that?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, so it's the words that say Brad Pitt is Tyler Durden?
No. It'll just be Brad Pitt as Tyler Durden, but it's one frame and he's just like looking at the camera, but it like happens so fast.
Really?
Kind of like how he talks about that he would splice one frame of pornography into children's films.
Who would?
Tyler Durden.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
it's like it signal. It's it's
Right.
they're playing with all that.
Okay.
So that's a good one.
Okay.
All right. Psycho 1960. Why would they do it? This one was okay, so the pause scene in that is when they're taking him to jail, Norman Bates to jail. He looks straight at the camera and viewers can briefly see the image of a skull layered over his face.
Really?
I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
That's
Hitchcock was pretty good.
he was. Okay. There's a picture of it here. You can see what it looks like. I'm gonna pull this up on the thing.
Oh, that's scary.
That's really scary.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's naughty.
That's creepy.
That's a bad guy.
That Hitchcock guy, he seemed to know
He's
how to make people.
he knew how to make a picture. That's for sure.
He made creepy. Lion King, there's the one.
Yeah.
Boogie Nights, because people want to look at
Yeah. Dirk Diggler's
dick.
cock.
Yeah. And it's a prosthetic.
Yeah.
Tron. What?
What are people pausing in Tron?
All right, so in one of the movie scenes, Dave Warren was a Dillinger can be seen with the gameplay of the video classic Pac-Man. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So there's some Pac-Man going on the side screen. Here, I'll show you right here.
Oh, look at
So
that.
that's just like a little tribute
Mm,
to Pac-Man, which
That's
subtle,
pretty
but I
cool.
like that. I
yeah.
like that a lot. I love Tron, the first one,
Oh, the
just
one-
because
yeah. Yeah, it was great.
visually there's nothing ever like it.
Yeah.
Star Wars: A New Hope, when the that's a good one because that's when one of the stormtroopers hits his head walking into the room.
Oh yeah.
That's just a silly one right there. All right. Episode 1 because E.T.'s in it. Do you know E.T. was in Star Wars:
Yes, I
Phantom
did.
Menace? And
Well, Endgame, so you can see Howard the Duck.
yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good one.
Howard the Duck's in there.
Yeah. All right. This is a creepy one. Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
That's to do with Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah,
right?
it has to do with Jessica Rabbit. And yeah, basically people just stare at her and just like pause on different parts of her.
Just masturbate their penis.
Yeah,
To
to
Jessica Rabbit.
Jessica Rabbit, which can you blame them?
I can't. She was a fox.
Yeah.
She was a total babe.
You ever jerk off to anime like hentai?
No.
All right, well you got homework for this week.
All right.
Before next week's show.
I will. I'll masturbate to hentai.
Let
Want
me know
me to
what
give
you
it a
think.
go?
Give it a go. I've done it.
Have you ever
couple
done?
times.
Do you
I've
have a
done
good?
few-
Do you have a good video to send me?
I wanted to see what you find. I don't know if
Okay.
there's some good stories though. Like there is.
I'm not watching it. I'm not doing it. Yeah, I read Playboy for the articles.
Yeah.
I subscribe to OnlyFans for the articles.
Another one is Jurassic World because of the Jimmy Buffett cameo.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one. 2008 Iron Man. Why was this one? Oh, the Captain America shield in the background in his
Yeah.
workshop. And then Man of Steel. They just pause it and then forget they were watching it and walk away. There's a Wayne Enterprise on one of the satellites. All right. That's pretty good. That's a pretty good list. We don't need to go through all of them.
No.
Where are we at here? All right. Well, we doled out some justice for comedy. We had a good
What do you mean?
episode this week.
Justice.
Oh wait, hold on, let me get the camera on you. Justice. There you go. That's his justice pose. LeBron, if you want to come back, this guy will kiss the tip of your penis. The tip or just the side?
Mwah. Wherever he wants it, dude.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Wherever he wants it, to be like, where do you?
I'm
Where,
so excited about
where
this cast season.
where does it feel good, Bron?
All right, before we get out of here, let's talk a little bit baseball and a little bit we'll just go through all the sports real quick.
Okay.
Guardians, I'm so
I've never been this excited for a Guardians team. These are the types of teams that win World Series.
I have been more excited when I was a kid for those Indians teams.
Yeah.
Just because you have the excitement of a child. But I am
That never left me.
so excited.
That never left me.
Well, that must be nice.
I still
nice
get
to have
really
that
excited
wonderment.
about sports. I saw
My mom called me, or I was talking to my mom the other day. I was driving, and I was like, "Hey, I'm going to one of the Guardians playoff games," and she's like, "Oh, this is gonna sound awful, but don't take it the wrong way. When your dad dies, can you take me to a game?" And I was like, "I could just take you to a game. We don't have,
why.
Dad doesn't
why
have
does she
to.
have to wait?
I don't know. That's what something. I'm like, I just told her.
I'll
that.
take her to a game.
Yeah, anybody would take
No,
you to a game.
I won't. I'm gonna forget.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be too
but
busy.
also, like, you can just go to a game, Mom. Dad doesn't have to be dead. I think she's just ready for him to be dead.
Oh, really?
They've been married almost 45 years. You know,
Ugh.
it's too long.
It's a
Too long.
time. It's a very long time. I don't want to be doing anything for 45 years.
Right?
No, there's plenty of stuff I'd want to be doing. Just giving LeBron's pee-pee a little kissy. I'll do that for 45 years.
I'll do that for 45 minutes in a row.
I'd give LeBron's pee-pee 45 kisses.
LeBron, you hear the offer.
Yeah, come on,
Come on
man.
back to Cleveland.
Come on back, buddy.
He's gonna make an announcement. He's like, I was gonna come back to Cleveland but
Until
then-
until
kept
AJ fucked it
talking
all
like-
up for all of you
Yeah.
guys. Giving my pee-pee a kiss.
But yeah, this Guardians team I think is very good.
Yeah.
I think they're probably gonna play the
Rays.
and I think they have a good shot of getting past them.
Yeah.
And then it'll probably be the Yankees after that.
Yeah.
But you don't know.
That scares me.
Yeah.
But
I mean, there's a lot of good teams. I
Yeah.
mean, even if they were to, I mean, you got to go through a lot to get there.
Yeah.
I'm
but
just,
they're hot at the right time.
I'm just hoping that they can get through the wild card.
Yeah.
That's a huge step in the right direction.
Yeah.
So if they can get past the wild card, I'm going to be thrilled.
I'm this season. I mean, I'm just thrilled through the moon that they won the pennant.
Oh, it's insane.
Like that's crazy.
Nobody
Cavs, you see-
expected it.
See, Evan Mobley's gonna be out 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, that's all
Sprained
right.
ankle.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
he'll be okay.
It sucks, but it's
Yeah.
okay. The Cavs are going to be great. Can't wait for that to get going.
They're gonna be real good.
And then you got the Browns, who I've said I'm not really
whatever.
cheering for this year, but man,
They just-
it's still frustrating to see how they're losing.
yeah.
Like that they shouldn't have lost that game. They should be 4-0 right now.
hmm
There's no reason.
Or they could be 0-4 right now.
I think they could be 1-3.
Yeah.
They took care of Pittsburgh pretty well.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I mean, it would have taken but although there were moments when it
That
was still
kind of
pretty-
went.
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of went a little bit to the end there.
Yeah, but
But
I think they should be 3-1, and they're not. And I think it comes down to an attitude thing with the coaches, with the players. I feel like when they get a lead, they get way too comfortable.
Yeah.
And they let off the gas in a way on the defensive side and the offensive side. I don't know why they're not trying to build up bigger leads.
yeah.
I don't know why they're not trying to take points at any chance they can. And then when you see, and then the adjustments that they just can't make when a team runs on you 12 times in a row and they keep getting, we saw that happen to us before. Didn't, I think the Ravens did it to us
Yeah.
before. I think
Yeah.
a lot of teams have done that to us. And I understand like their best defensive line people were out, but still you got to stop the
I
run.
don't think Kevin Stefanski's a good coach, and I know that's a hot take.
There's a lot of people that feel that way.
I don't think he's very good. I mean, he's better than me, but I don't think.
I think if he would kiss his players the
Peepees?
tips of their peepees,
Mwah.
they're gonna play a lot harder for you.
Yeah,
Literally.
you just gotta give him a little peepee.
Yeah,
kiss,
they're like,
right?
"Ooh, if I stop this running back, we get off the field.
Oh.
I know coach is giving me
Coach-
a peepee kiss."
Coach Stefanski's gonna kiss my peepee.
This is what's missing from sports talk.
Yeah, this is. We would host a really good sports talk show. I think.
Yeah.
I think we'd do a really good sports talk show.
Well, we do a lot of sports talk on this podcast.
Yeah. Well, not that we don't do it every week, but we
Not
do a
every week,
little
but
bit.
we get into it from
Yeah.
time to time.
Much to Tommy's displeasure.
She's got yeah.
She says that okay,
she just
Tommy
thinks,
break.
yeah. She's like, I'm not gonna pay attention to this because I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think that does it for
That's
this
fine.
week's episode of the Bill Squire Show. Make sure you like and subscribe and share. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Bill Squire. And AJ, you got anything?
I'm on TikTok now.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah,
great.
I'm on TikTok. I'm gonna be posting a lot of content of me giving LeBron James his be a little kiss.
Nice, love it. All right, well, we will see you guys next week. Bye.